We will start with 306.
If we could have him fist that time.
They saw the hive on my grave, and let the honey so through.
The bees came in the summer of 1964, squeezing through the cracks in my bedroom wall and flying in circles across my room.
You know, Lily, be sworn like that before death.
That's Rosalie. She's been with us ever since my mother died. My mother died when I was 4 years old. But it's a fact of life, and if I ever brought it up...
Just put it out of your head. It was an accident. It wasn't your fault.
I like to think the bees were sent to me. Like the angel Gabriel appearing to the Virgin Mary. Now, I know it's presumptuous of me to compare my small life to hers, but... I have reason to believe she wouldn't mind.
Place her behind. It is often on familiar ground that we find the gross injustice that exposes the cruelty and hatred of the human mind.
However, it is the compassion found in the human heart that exposes how love crosses not only space, but time.
Lily's tragic past leaves a hole in her heart that no child should have to bear.
But it is Rosalind's tragic present that threatens to dismantle both of their lives.
However, we find that it is the true and timeless power of love that offers salvation for these suffering souls. The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kent.
Now, my daddy T-Ray used to tell me,
Your sorry mother ran off and left you.
but some things in this world just aren't possible.
That damn woman never gave a shit about you.
Children do not have two parents that refuse to love them.
Happy birthday, Lily! How old are you now?
I'm 14, Rosaline, you know that.
Well, sounds like you're old enough to go into town with me today, then, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Whoa, whoa.
Come on, you'll see.
We came into Sylvan on the west side of town. There were old houses on cinder blocks, dirt yards, colorless dogs, and 3 white men standing by a garage.
Well, look what we got here.
Where you going, nigga?
I'm going to register to vote, that's
Rosaline, she was just kidding. Come on, let's go.
No, I was not. President Johnson said I could register to vote now.
You hear that, boys? We got ourselves a model citizen. What you gonna do, nigga?
Apologize. You bitch, your black ass is going to apologize one way or the other.
Get off of me!
Come on, Rosaline, let's go.
Lily, wait. Lord, I'm stiff. And I feel like I've been beaten with a stick.
Well, you have been beaten, remember?
But not with a stick. So what's the plan? Where are we going?
Well, we're here. Tiburon, South Carolina. And as for a plan, well, I don't exactly have one.
We sure as hell when you said to run.
Well, I know we couldn't stay there. You hear what my daddy T-Ray told me?
Wait a minute.
He said that my mother never
Lily?
loved me. She left way before
Lily?
she died.
You're telling me that we ran off because of what your daddy said about you?
No.
It didn't have nothing to do with me being
Yes,
in trouble.
it did.
And I am worrying myself sick about you getting in trouble over me running off for you to just run off anyway.
I
I'm
never
supposed to
said
follow you
that.
like some sort of dog.
I never
Look
said
at my
that.
keeper.
I never
That's
said
so dumb
that.
that you gotta say.
Well, you're dumb. You gotta be dumb to go run around and spit at those men like that and not even apologize. You could have gotten killed or worse.
So what the hell are we supposed to do, huh? Walk from door to door asking people about your mother?
No.
I have this picture.
Of a Negro Virgin Mary?
It was my mother's. On the back he says,
Deborah, South Carolina. Well, we're here. But what are we going to do for beds? You know colored folk can't stay around here. I don't care if they're the Virgin Mary or not. If they're colored, they can't stay.
Well, I was hoping we could start a new life.
Start a new life, she says.
Rosaline. Rosaline. Rosaline, what are you doing?
I'm looking for your mind, child, because you sure as hell done lost it.
Across the street there was a pink house. And right above it there was this swarm of bees forming a wreath. We had no place to go, no plan, so we walked up to the door and knocked.
Wow, what do we have here?
Well, my name is Lily and that's Rosalie.
I'm August. August Boatwright. You're here for
No,
honey.
ma'am. We ran away from home and we don't have any place to go.
I see. And it looks like she's been beaten.
But not with a stick.
Well, if y'all gonna stay here, I figure you ought to meet my sister. But let's not tell her what happened to Rosaline just yet. That over there is me.
Well, hello, Miss
Oh,
May.
she's just the prettiest little thing. You're not gonna get along just fine.
Well, how come y'all got names like the calendar?
Our mother loves summer. We used to have an April too, but well, she died when I was
Oh, I'm
born.
sorry.
May, go on outside and finish your cry.
Well, she's mighty sensitive.
Yes, well, May's a little different than the rest of us. You see, when you hear about some misery out there, it doesn't wreck your whole world. But with May, well, everything comes into her. It's almost as if it's happening to her. You know, that's why we came up with the Wailing Wall. She can go out there and write her troubles down and stick them in the cracks. But don't let it bother you. And now, Rosaline, you'll be in the kitchen with me. And Lily, you'll be in the honey house with May.
Nobody asked any questions.
How come your mama named you after a plant?
Except for May. The calendar sister is just too fast.
Y'all can stay here for as long as you like.
Months passed and nobody knocked on the door to drag us off to jail.
Lily, you're a natural. I'm thinking about making you my princess beekeeper. Lily, can you tell me what happened to Rosaline now?
It was May who first taught me the honey song.
Days are behind on my way.
That day, the weight of the world became too much for me.
The honey so
She went out to that Wailing Wall.
dead and gone. That's what I want from you.
And she never came back.
Streets ahead, cold and sunny, but I'll stick to my plot and my pot of honey.
Miss August. Miss August.
Yes, child.
My mom has the exact same label. And on the back it says Tiburon, South Carolina.
I know. You gave that to your mother right before she died.
You knew my mother. And you never said anything.
Yes, child. I took care of her just like Rosaline takes care of you.
Well, my daddy said that my mother never loved me.
Lily,
And that she
not
left way before she
true.
died. I know it's not
Listen
true.
to me,
But
Lily,
sometimes
calm
I can't
down.
know for sure because
Look,
the
it
first day I
wasn't
met her was
your
the day she
fault,
died.
Lily,
It was an
listen.
accident. I didn't mean to. They were yelling and they were screaming and they were fighting. And she ran to the closet to get the gun, but he knocked it out of her hand, so I was picking it up. You know, to try to help her to help her. And then I killed her. She was all I wanted. And I took her away.
Lily. Lily, listen to me. Now, that is a terrible, terrible thing for you to have to live with. That don't make you unlovable, child. Even if it was an accident, you are still the most dear, most lovable girl that I know. Rosaline loves you. May loved you. But most of all, I want you to know that I love you. Just like I loved your mother. And just like your mother loved you.
We stayed with the Calendar sisters from then on. They were all my mothers. You pick any 8 girls off the street, and I had more mothers than them. They were the moon watching over me. And even though we didn't come from the same beehive, we were family. Place a beehive on my grave. Let the honey soak